Ortiz. It is now in the afternoon of the 2nd of January 2023, and we're having to do a second podcast because Mr. Perry is just still going at me. Very, very creepy, Mr. Perry. Hacking is a felony. Witness tampering is a felony. Stalking is a felony. Sex trafficking is a felony. We've got this very, very detailed plan of y'all's to traffic me. Right? You're trying to prove this out? I mean, here's the thing. This is all court evidence. You can prove it right or prove it wrong. That's your choice. But in 10 years, the only people that control the flow of all this information, all the stuff that we got from inside your criminal organization that has never been gotten before, ask Muffin Man. That. Are you trying to prove it out, or, same thing that it's been going on this way for every day since October 2015. They've built quite a case. And if there weren't so many jurisdictions and so many people, I believe they're wanting to get them all at once. So many victims. You'd have been in jail a long time ago, Mr. Perry. The more you do to me, the more we get. Now we know you were talking to my car guy again in violation of my privacy laws at 3 o'clock this afternoon, about an hour ago. I'm going to tell you, I don't know how they get information, what's obtained from leaks, what's obtained from wiretap orders. We have heard one of you say, and it's in one of my emails, is she not going back to the car dealership? And then I typed that up, and you said, we can't trust those people out at that club, and we can't trust the car dealer, the car guy. And then you were told, she's not quoting them, she's quoting you. Can we not get her to the car dealership? Can we not get her to the car dealership? That was last year, wasn't it? How many times do you guys want me to quote you? See, the more evidence we get, the easier it will be to get convictions and restitution. And the more you do to me, the more restitution they're going to ask for. Because you're causing so much injury. So much injury. Mr. Perry, you're creepy. And you're very mean. And everybody fucking hates you. And now, today, again, they said, Mr. Perry and Mr. Robertson get caught every time they do this crap. Every fucking time. I think they are troubleholics. Because even to their own detriment, where they get caught every time they cause a problem for her, they'll do it anyway. You don't have a real love life. You're using my body against my will to pretend you do. You're not wanted. You're not loved. I'm not trying to hold your hand. I'm kicking you off me, rapist. You're a sex offender. You're a pathetic, rejected sex offender, like John Hinckley Jr. watching Jody. Except you do it. She was in movies. You're doing it in the privacy of anywhere I am. It's very sick and it's very twisted. It should embarrass you. I asked our shrink at one time, before we knew you had Huntington's disease, what is wrong with him that he's not embarrassed? What he's doing, there's a reason everybody else doesn't do it. It's embarrassing. Why isn't he embarrassed? He embarrasses the fuck out of me. I wouldn't walk in a room with him for millions. He embarrasses the hell out of me. He's a weirdo. It's the best you'll ever be. Weirdo. She said, I told you, I believe he's severely mentally retarded, would not pass a cognitive reasoning test that I give my 6-year-olds. So he doesn't know he should be. And then now it's coming out, you have Huntington's disease. You know why I know that? Because I'm broke. I told you, give my money back. I'm not to be broke again. My guy said, give her money back. She's not to be broke again. She's not to have to ask for money ever again. And that was in July. And you continue to break the law, knowing the result of that is we're going to get more, because it's going to piss off all the wrong people. People that actually have power. So it did, and we did. That's when we found out you have Huntington's disease. How does she know that? Oh my God. Because I'm broke and you're pestering me. When he pesters her and takes her money, things don't go well for us, your guy said. We're seeing things happen we've not seen before, ever. Now, I usually just say that. I'm going to say the rest of it. The rest of what he said was, the first thing we should have done is find out who these guys are. We don't even know who we're fighting. I think we should put everything on hold until we get that information. Somehow you got to get people close to her that she can trust, that she'll let it come out. And you may have to have somebody sit with her or be with her or hang out with her for a while. They can't go in and ask weird questions. They can't go at her with weird shit like Charles always wants done. Charles goes at her with weird crap constantly. Very intrusive, strange questions that no normal person would ask. So, or she knows, where do you live? Well, when I'm ready to tell you where I live, I'll tell you. But right now, that's not today. Only he would want to know that. Very specific information on my car. There was guys out in, I don't know where they were. Probably Sand Springs would be my guess. And I don't know who they were. If they were friends of my relatives or friends of the police or I don't know. But one guy said, that's not his girlfriend. He goes around telling everybody that's his girlfriend. That's not his girlfriend. I have a girlfriend. He doesn't have one. She won't talk to him. I actually have one who sits with me and holds my hand. And what I don't do is call her friends and family ever. But if I did, it's to find out what she wants for Christmas or her birthday. Not ask them to get information on her car so I can take it away from her. What is this really about? Same thing the girl at Lady Godiva's asked me when she pulled me in the bathroom. What is really going on here? Because this is not about a date. Date is about dinner and a movie. Not try to find a way for us to put her back in jail. And by the way, don't let her talk about Fabian. They shit themselves, she said. I've never seen a bunch of old farts shit themselves like they do when Fabian's name comes up. We're not allowed to let you talk about him. He's fighting for you. That's the one you want, right there, that guy. I said he won't help you. If you really wanted me in Texas, you'd get him to come get me. He does. But then I started laughing, and I said he won't help you. He will not help you hurt me. You offered him $15,000, and he said no. You offered him $20,000, and he still said no. And you offered him $25,000, and he still said no. And he knows you're going to use him to hurt me. I know you're going to use him to hurt me. He knows I know that. He knows I know that. So, we know you were just talking to my car guy at 3 o'clock. I'm going to tell you, I'm not told how information is obtained, but I'm going to say the chances are very high because you got him involved and he's divulging information to you that he shouldn't. It's illegal for him to do that. I've quoted the guy. I've quoted you quoting him. They said her car underneath was very banged up. Aside from that, all the damage was what you guys did to her car. She's bought other cars from us that weren't this low to the ground. I think that it's just that she doesn't know how to drive a vehicle that low to the ground. We also heard when I was renting a car, one of his employees said she's going to stiff you. And he kept saying, no, she's never stiffed me. She's not going to stiff me now. And I don't unless you're causing a problem and make it impossible for me to keep my agreement, my contract, which you're interfering with, and you need to butt out of it. It did get us this. Because you're interfering with my car contract, we got this that you were just talking to him at 3 o'clock and that you told him to text me last night. See, I told him I'll get with you after the holidays. So why is he texting me last night? Except that that's what you wanted. Right? He was expecting me in after the holidays, wasn't he? Yeah. So, and then we had an oil viscosity situation where he's repeating a conversation he wasn't a part of. My car guy, was repeating a conversation about oil viscosity that your guy had with my ex-husband that he was not a part of. And he shouldn't have known a fucking thing about it. But he did. So my guess is, because our guys are going apeshit on anybody who's a threat to me and my safety and my well-being and my finances, and the deprivation, your intent, your malicious, horrible, inhumane, bitch-ass intent to deprive me of food and shelter, to make me lie and be trafficked and be raped and tormented for the rest of my life and creeped out. You are creepy. You're not hot, you're not sexy, you're fucked up, you're sick, you're twisted, and you're creepy, and everybody hates you. We can get information like that, and you can't. We're quoting you, you're not quoting us. You're asking me who your leaks are. We don't ask those kind of questions, do we? You have no fucking idea what I just said, do you? Nope. Perry won't understand what I'm saying. The wires are gone. Whatever disease he's got, ate all that up. He has Huntington's disease causes. I can't cognitively reason fuck. I can't. Cause and effect, I don't know what that is. When you fuck with me, you get caught. Nothing else happens. That's the choice you make. So they probably have his place wired up. Because he's a threat too now, since he's helping you. Also, if he does something you don't like or you think he's a leak, they're going to do it to protect him. It goes both ways. This isn't just to catch somebody in a crime. It is to also protect the people that you're using to hurt me. And my car guy's one right now. Never had a problem with him before. Never had an argument with him. Everything's always paid on time. His employees started questioning, is she going to stiff you on this rental car? I had a rental car for a while. You should know a thing about my cars. Not any of them. Is she gonna stiff you? And they were like, no, him and the mechanic guy. No, she's always been on time. She's always brought it in. I think she's gonna, no, they had an argument about it. We know that because we heard the whole argument. Because his place is wired up. For two reasons. One, to catch him in whatever he's doing to help you hurt me. Two, to protect him from you. Right? Because you have a way of threatening and bribing and threatening and bribing and threatening and bribing and threatening and bribing. Never in your lives have you been this caught. It happens when you do something to me to hurt me. Every day I'm without food and shelter. Every contract interfered with. Every bill I can't pay. You're interfering with contracts and commerce. And you do it on purpose. And you do it maliciously. And you do it to cause a harm. And you have criminal intent. There's not going to be a date. There's never been a date. It's been 13 years. You're the most repulsive piece of trash I've ever met in my life. You're an unwanted burden everybody wants gone. We don't have problems getting information. You do. You have leaks. We don't. You're asking me who your leaks are. I don't ask those kind of questions. We're quoting you. Wake up, weirdo. You're in a lot of trouble. The choice you make every day is that I want to sit around on my fat, lazy ass and creep her out and piss her off even more than I want a real date or a cover-up. That's your choice you're making every fucking day. Because for 10 years, you get the same results every time you do that. You piss me off, you take my money, you torment me, you creep me out, you're hacking me, you're trying to talk to me, and I don't want to hear it. You don't even make sense. You're a failed reject. Where's Jacqueline, your wife, when you bother me? What betrayal? What betrayal to her are you committing when you bother me? And you come up to Oklahoma and bullshit everybody. And how stupid are you people for believing a word he says at this point? How stupid. I have oceanfront land for sale in Arizona for you. Fucktard. So, I'll sell it at a good price too because I need the money. Mr. Perry's taking all mine. So when we get these, that was the choice that you made every time you sat around and creeped me out. Every time and all your contact is fucking creepy. It's fucked up. No normal person could even think of it. The stuff y'all do. They couldn't do it if they tried. If you tell people, go in a bar and tell any woman in there, the most desperate, find the most desperate woman in there. And tell her what you sit around doing all day and see if she'll go home with you. She'll call 911. It is fucked up, nasty, weird, gross, disgusting, and it will piss you off if you're subjected to it. You're an imposition and a burden everybody wants gone. Everybody fucking hates you. Everybody's fucking sick of this. And so we are quoting you. You are not quoting us. You have leaks. We don't. Sir, I don't know if Beverly's a leak or not. I'm not told that. I wouldn't help you if I was, because I want this to be over. Once you're gone, I will never be broke again. You won't be here to torment me and creep me out and bother me and bother and threaten and bribe and bother and threaten and bribe. Yesterday, one that I missed this morning, the guy goes, I think he does enjoy tormenting her. I think he does. I think that he's telling her, reminding her of all the stuff he's done in the past to her to hurt her. And telling her what he's going to do next. I think he just likes tormenting and taunting her. So sometimes when she finds out, I do think it is from some sort of law enforcement intelligence. But I think some of it's from him. I think he likes throwing that crap in her face. He can't get a date. Not a real one. So he does that. I'm not in love with you. You should know that by now. You're a turnoff. I don't go out with a man who invades my privacy. I don't go out with a man who's not chivalrous. These are things I like. These are things I look for in a man. Okay, if you like you the way you are, there's a reason you're by yourself. I don't like that. I don't like cop killers and sex offenders. I don't like men who have to buy a date. They're that pathetic and boring. I don't like men who would rape me and think I'm supposed to be okay with that. I don't like men that threaten my family and my friends or take my money. And I don't go out with a man unless he makes sure I don't miss a meal. Now, that aside, I went into Walgreens one night. You can fog a mirror, you can work at Walgreens. I've been in there, there's places, I need a job, clearly, that Mr. Perry can't control my income. If I'm working, if I want to work as a dancer or as a waitress where he can control the tips, we'll make sure we get our guys in her area so when she's waitressing, we won't tip. We'll run her ass off and not tip. Kind of like you do with DoorDash. Here's your canned food. We took your steak. Okay, people are starting to notice you're full of shit on that too. When you see her grades, when you hear they won't let her in court, there's a reason for that. When you hear her podcast, there's no excuse for her to be broke. He's taking her money. He's proving out the witness. You're proving out my witness. You're going to either prove this out or debunk it. That is your choice. But there is no excuse for me to be broke and homeless. None, except that's what you wanted. You're carrying out a threat. Again, you're supporting my witness. Still. And you're stupid. And you don't realize that's what you're doing? It's not rocket science. This is common sense 101. When you're mean to people, they're not going to like you. When you do something that's illegal, you're doing something people don't like, they want you in jail if you do it. A bunch of people in all 50 states said, we don't like it when people stalk, hack, voyeur, sex traffic, coerce, obstruct justice, destroy evidence, and commit perjury. We're making the criminal acts, both federally and state. So you're going to go to jail if you do that. Because it's not tolerated in a civilized society, and we don't like it when you do that. And when you do things people don't like, they're not going to like you. They're going to start talking because you're shitty. You're fucking shitty. You don't get a date being a shitty person and crapping up somebody's life. And you should know that at your age. And you don't. So everyone starts questioning what's wrong with his mental stability, his status. Oh, guess what? He's got Huntington's disease. It causes delusion, paranoia, psychosis, and that. Can't reason cognitively. When you fuck with her, you get caught. Cognitive reasoning right there. If this, then that. If you do X, Y happens. And if you don't like Y, then don't do X. And you do it every day for 10 years. And it doesn't get any more mental slow than you. You don't get a date doing what you're doing. You don't get a lie or a cover-up doing what you're doing. Nobody will help you with information. Nobody. And I've said that. You still ask me, is Beverly a leak? How many times have I said, I'm not told that. Wouldn't help you if I was. How many times do I need to say it for you to get it? We all want you gone. You aren't invited here. You're not invited here. You're a monster. You're a troublemaker. Everybody's sick of having to deal with that in Oklahoma, where I live and you don't and weren't invited. Your wife and kids live in Lubbock. Why are you here? Your constituents, your business, all that? Lubbock. Not here. You are not invited here. You made a fool of yourself coming up here pretending. Pretending you were under threat and you needed an entourage so you could walk around feeling important. You were never under threat. You're the threat. You're the threat. People laughed at you. What a whack job. Pretending you had a real love life. After 6 years, people started questioning his mental status because he's gone around, he's been seen with her friends and family and never with her. She won't have a fucking thing to do with him. So, there's that delusion. People laugh at you. They don't respect you. They don't like you. We can get information and you can't. You're a bully. So, yeah, my friend at Lady Godiva's is like, what happened to dinner in a movie? What is this? I'm going to, you make her like me. It's not my responsibility. He has to make. You have to be a likable person. I like men who work hard and do good things in the world. Not sit on their fat ass causing problem after problem after problem after catastrophic loss after problem. Being creepy. Just creepy. Stuff, no, I'm telling you, the stuff this bitch does, no person who is normal could think of it if they had to. Can't do it. Your mind wouldn't even go there. If I've told people what you do, they're like, you are shit. Oh my God, that's weird. That is weirdo. And horrible. somebody else found out about it and came into to my club at in Stillwater and asked me. He goes, I heard that you got a stalker and that he's got somebody living in your roof that sits up there and bangs all day. And I go, yeah, how'd you find out about that? It's all over Sepulpa. That is the most fucked up, weird ass thing I've ever heard in my life. I go, yep, and you know what my landlord did? My landlord tried to block the entry to the attic so I couldn't take pictures. I got some pictures of the guy. I put one of those hidden cameras up there, got pictures of this bitch. And because right now they're trying to make me look crazy doing that shit. And he went up the neighbor's side. And so what I told him is, you need to get rid of him. Because I didn't even know what to say about this. This is fucked up. He comes over, shuts my side up and tells me, don't go up there again. And I looked at him and I said, okay, whatever. He left, I undid it in about 2 seconds. Put my camera right back up there. So we got cameras of that guy. But the people that were talking to me didn't know that. They didn't have any idea that you would do something that sick and twisted and weird. And it's a turnoff to women. That's why you can't get a date or a cover-up. The more you do this shit to me, creepster. I mean, that is the weirdest thing I did find an article because I'm looking at like, do people do this? What in the hell is this? Well, it turns out in Texas, there was another stalker that did that. Got up in the attic and had bore holes into the little tiny holes and was watching the victim through the hole in her ceiling. And he was up there for a long time and she didn't know it. But see, you're different. You like people to know what you're doing. You like people to know you're strange. You want to cause a problem and take my money and all that stuff more than you want to cover up, more than you want a date, a real one, more than you want anything. It is more important because you do the same thing, you get the same result, and nothing. What did Einstein say? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing every day and expecting a different result. You're nutty. You're fucking nutty. Diagnosed, certified nutbag. And we can all see it. So, if you don't like getting caught, it's hard to tell. We don't believe you. Look at this. This is recent. All of this right here. This is more from the past. All of this right here. Ask the Muffin Man. Ask the Muffin Man. Strange-o. All of this, we got the shrink weighing in. If he liked women, he would do what women like. He doesn't like women. He likes deviant men. So, I'm going to take your car. So we got the car guy's place. I guess they got that pretty wired up. There's the shrink. Every time you take my money, every day I'm broke, every day you torment and taunt and contact me and invade my privacy, we get this. And nothing else has happened in all these years, 10 years, but that. So what day is he going to put you in jail for all this? What day? You leave me the fuck alone. He said, I think sometimes she finds out because he's taunting her with this stuff. I think she finds out because she has some help. Because everybody's asking, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who's helping her? Who's helping her? Who's helping her? Nobody will tell y'all anything. We said, if you want our help, then you have to stop it. I'm not to be broke anymore, and you get the hell out, and you don't contact me again. Or you don't really want our help. No, but until that happens, nobody's going to help you. Nobody's going to answer your questions. Period. Alright? Now, stop creeping me out. I fucking hate it. Everybody hates you people for putting me through this. Deprivation of food and shelter, basic rights and needs, is what got this case open to begin with. They're apeshit on y'all all the time. And now my car guy too. You asked for it. You knew you know what's going to happen when you bother me, when you try to take something from me, and you do it anyway. So you do it knowing what result you're going to get ahead of time. And you know it's going to be something you tell everybody you don't like, but you still do it. So nobody believes you anymore. They just don't. They think you want to get caught. Or that you and David are such troubleholics that your addiction is to pissing everybody off, and it is more important to you than even a cover-up. Okay? I'm sure you have no fucking idea what I just said. Everybody's sick of you. We can get information and you can't. We're quoting you, not the other way around. We got your people's names. Ask Calvin, ask Sonjay, ask Geppetto, ask Lucius. And you can't name one of my guys, not even one. Now, if you really wanted his help, then you'd give it back and get the hell out. And I never hear from you again. What's going to happen is probably tomorrow you're going to have him take my car and my phone. I'm going to lose my phone. Now, Lucius, you're the one that wants me to lose my phone. By the way, you can get free Wi-Fi anywhere, Lucius. So I don't know what the hell you think you're doing, but that's another contract you're gonna impede. So do what you do. Make sure you can live with it, okay? Lots of restitution coming my way. So, and an easy conviction. I mean, this is so easy, it's not fair. It's like y'all just want to get caught. So, and you're supporting all the evidence, all the information we've got here. All the recordings, all the testimony, that put all that together. You're just proving him out. You're not doing anything but proving him out. And whatever day he arrests you, thank God for that. We're done. I can be homeless for a little while so that at the end of the day, I'm finally free. I'm never broke again. I'm not tormented and taunted anymore. I'm not peeped on anymore, and it's over. If I go with you, I'm stuck that way for the rest of my life, and I'm not going to be stuck that way for the rest of my life. It's not even an option in my head. If you're listening, what would you do if you're me? Ask the Muffin Man what he would do if he were me. Poking, peeping, pink penny, pathetic Perry. Your guy calls you that. So what the guy said is, when he pesters her and takes her money, things don't go well for us. We're seeing things happen we've not seen before. We don't know who these people are, but I have a feeling it's just flicking at us right now, and it could stand up at any minute and crush us. And I'm not going to be anywhere near Mr. Perry when that happens. I'm not. He should have taken the time to figure out who these guys are first, before he did another thing to her. Because she finds out every fucking time. Every time he tries to do something, she finds out. So the first thing we should have done is find out who can do that. Who is that helping her? But he fucked up 6 years in the strip club. Not one slip up. Because he goes at her and goes at her and goes at her and never shuts up. He's addicted to troublemaking. That's more important to him. Troublemaking and being creepy is more important to Charles Perry than a cover-up, than information, than a real love life. All that matters to him 24/7 is, how can I piss everybody off today so I can go rub one out? That's what the witness says. That's the only thing that's happening. You piss me off, we get more. You're not going to piss me off unless you're doing something illegal to hurt me or somebody that I care about. You get more bees with honey. A man's kindness brings blessings. We can get this kind of stuff because we're nice people. We are making life easy and fun while you make it difficult, hard, and miserable. A man's cruelty will be his downfall. And you're still not, I mean, it's a very simple concept you can't get. Doesn't click for you. It goes right over your head. Huntington's disease. And I guess your attorney doesn't want to explain it to you, or maybe he's tried. I mean, why isn't he embarrassed? Doesn't know he should be. Well, I'm embarrassed. Yep, he doesn't know he should be. He doesn't know. You can talk to him, he won't understand you. He's got a mental illness and a mental disease that is eating away his brain. He will not understand what you just said. You'll have to say it again. At the time, we didn't know what the hell you had. Now we do. Huntington's disease. They are trying to make me look crazy, God. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. They got the guy banging in the ceiling. That's a weirdo thing. And they've got to shrink. I mean, I got to see shrinks and crap. Well, I'm going to cause him to fall in the pit that they dug for you. And only God can allow an affliction like that. He didn't allow cancer. He allowed that affliction. Mental problem. Right? He has to ask permission to sift us. And for Ahab, he said, this guy's caused a lot of problems for a lot of people and hurt people. We're done with that. He's had plenty of chances to get his heart right. So I need a deceptive spirit who can lead him to his death. It's in Kings, 1 Kings. He comes up, the deceptive spirit says, I can do it. What are you going to do? I'm going to tell his witch that he's going to win in a battle. He's going to go into the battle and he'll end up dead. And that's exactly what happened. He was killed in the battle. The witch told him, you're going to win. He was all confident and arrogant and, asshole. Went into the battle and ended up dead. A random arrow shot him. Random. You think that was really random? I think God has a day when you've done enough. So, when the day came that we heard you had Huntington's disease, and I wasn't supposed to find that out, but I did, because when I'm broke, we find out stuff like that. When you creep on me, we find out stuff like that. When you contact me, because I've told you not to, I don't want to hear it. Stay the fuck away from me and my family. And you don't, we find out stuff like that. You asked for it. That's the choice you made. You chose to touch the hot stove. You knew it's hot. You did it anyway. 3-year-old could get there faster. Nobody wants to help you, Mr. Perry. Everybody just wants you to be gone. You're a burden. You're an imposition and a burden everybody's sick and tired of dealing with. You didn't come up here and make everybody's life good. You came up here and made everybody's life hell, and you've horrified and terrorized and horrified and terrorized and horrified and terrorized. And people don't like that. And they don't like you. Or David, or Lucius, or Calvin. Because y'all do that to everybody, not just me. So the whatever wired up my car guy is, it's to catch him if he's helping you. But it's also to protect him from you if you start threatening him. Alright? Just that's how that works. It's called law enforcement, TPD. Try it sometime. Dragon slaying. We got all this. You didn't get all this. We got all this. Yeah, you can't say I got... Yeah, we found out about that. We found out Mike was drugged before anybody else said it. We found that his attorney was going to go into court and screw him over before he did it. And we didn't intervene to try to tell him not to do that. We did that. Don't forget who did this. Don't forget, TPD. Wasn't you, it was me. I said I'm going to out-cop you. I'm not going to sue you because you fucked me over, and you fucked me over pretty good. I'm not going to sue you, even though I could. What I'm going to do is just out-cop you. Let's slay the fucking dragon, because right now that's all that matters. The lawsuits can happen some other day. I don't know that I would ever sue TPD, because I believe that there's some good people there, and I don't like to... If you notice, I sued Josh Burson, not the Texas Rangers. I don't like to put the whole for, lump the whole in for what a part does. I don't. I think everywhere you go, there's some good and some bad. And that sometimes the bad is at the top. You got a systemic problem because you got bad leadership. So replace the bad leadership. And, but I really hate to generalize and, Jarek Chauvin kills the man. And everybody all of a sudden comes out, all cops are bad, defund them, and that's not true. You had one guy in one town that did that, and TPD doesn't do shit like that we know of. We don't hear, they do some shit they shouldn't, but that is not something you really hear them doing. We do have 44% increase in murders and domestic violence, so they suck at domestic violence. I'm all about results and outcomes. Nothing else matters to me but that. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you say. I don't give a shit about anything else. Show me your work product. I want to see you be Batman. Or shut up. Get out. I mean, this is my Batman right here. Okay? We can do stuff nobody else has done. Right? I got people texting stuff that were very incriminating. I got Pinto's thing. I 6 years in a strip club, not one slip up. I can do some dragon slaying myself. So I'm not all I want to see is what your work product look like. That's it. Nothing else. I don't care. I don't care here. Anything else. Are you good at what you do or not? And if you're good at what you do, I'll see it. You don't have to toot your horn. I'll just see it. That's how I am. That's how I've always been. Granddad. Everybody loves my granddad. As lawmen and women, we're supposed to relieve suffering caused by crime. But you know what? You don't even have to be in law enforcement to relieve suffering caused by crime or anything. You just relieve suffering. That's why we're here. You hear the story of the Good Samaritan. Yeah, I told the thing earlier that Jesus said, if you do it to the least of these, you do it to me. You're doing it to me. You're dealing with me. Ultimately, it's between me and you, not you and her or you and him. It's between you and me. And you hurt one of my other children, and I'm not okay with that. I'm absolutely not okay with that. You reap what you sow. You fall into the pit you dig for somebody else, and you have, and you did. And you told me that you would when I was overwhelmed with what you were putting me through back then, 7 years ago. Don't worry, he'll fall in the pit he dug for you. Specifically, you did not get cancer. You got a mental illness. Specifically, after you went into court and lied about mine, about me having one. I don't have one. You flat out lied. Bold-faced, fucking lied. Don't bear false witness against your neighbor. And you did. You lied, and you fucked with my credibility. And if God wants to use somebody and their credibility, then you start fucking with that. You're really asking for it, Mr. Perry. You're dealing with God. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. He doesn't think it's cute that you hurt women and kids. If you cause one of these little ones to stumble, Jesus said, all you church people, Mr. Powell, it's better for you that a millstone is hung around your neck and you be thrown into the sea. My son asked me one day, where's God? We're going through hell. Mr. Perry's putting us through hell. Where's God? I have no one to catch me when I fall. I didn't know what to say to my son. I could tell he's struggling with his faith. You don't get to do that. A soul is sacred ground. And he doesn't say that it's better for the kid if you're dead, drowned in the sea. It is, but that's not what he said. It's better for you. That's pretty bad when you being dead is better than if you cause a little one to sin or to lose faith in God. And you did and you have. And there comes a day where he's done with you. You can change any day. Until you're dead, you can change. But if you just refuse, then ultimately he's going to do the Ahab thing. Okay, we got to, that's enough. That's just fucking enough. Turning you over to a reprobate mind. Ahab believed the witch because he wanted to believe the witch. Everybody has a choice. He could have chosen not to believe the witch, but he chose to believe the witch. And the witch was intentionally deceived to lead Ahab to his death, as assigned by God, the creator of the universe. Ultimately, that's who this is between. Not me and you, it's between you and God, and me and God. Really. Mother Teresa wrote a great poem like that. If you build something, they'll tear it down. You accomplish something, jealous people will tear it down. They'll rip it apart. They'll steal it. But here's the thing. At the end of, rebuild it. Build it anyway. At the end of the day, it's not between you and them. It's between you and God. What are you going to do with what somebody else did to you? Are you going to use it for good? Or are you going to crap up everybody else's life with it? Because you're pathetic. And you're just a fail. Everybody can look for excuses to fail. Or you can look for, how can I make this help somebody else? How can I make this, use this thing that happened to me to make the world a better place to be in? Fun and easy. Fun and easy. Your guy's going, I'm looking at my ship here that I'm on, and water's coming on it, and it's going under. It's sinking already. And Mr. Perry's delusional, and he doesn't get it. We're on the fucking Titanic. And he has not yet figured out where the hole is. So, I'm done. We're done. I don't know if he quit helping you or not. All I know is he was very, very worried about what you're doing and what he was seeing happen with what you're doing. You live with it. You are going to live with it. So my choice is, everybody, you put yourself in my place. Tomorrow morning, he's going to have my car guy take my car away, he says. And my phone. They're going to take my phone. Okay? I'm not going to tell you exactly how that works. And so I'll be sleeping on the street for some time until his arrest. And then I'll get everything back. I won't be broke ever again. And there won't be any more torment. There won't be any more threats. There won't be any more harassment. There won't be any more invasion of my privacy. It'll be over. He'll be gone. He'll be in jail. No more. Or I can go with him and be subjected to this crap all for the rest of my life. If it's you, what are you going to do? Temporary discomfort for long term. Finally it's over. Finally it's fucking over. I mean, I think it's a no-brainer. I'm not going with you. I'm not going to fucking help you, and I'm not going to fucking go with you. You can continue to make choices that get you caught. I don't have the actual recording, someone else does. 12 reporters hear it. 12 reporters are in the need to know. Because when they want this out, they want it out their way. Okay? They want it out factually. Here's the thing, that's what we deal with. We deal with fact. Like I said, you guys get things that you take objective facts and push them aside and ignore them and try to get subjective data and make that work for your lie, and they're not going to let that happen. There are 12 reporters they trust to just tell the truth. They're not spinning stuff. They're not twisting stuff. They're just, here's the facts. You decide. There are some reporters that believe that. Put the facts out. People are smart. They'll figure it out. You don't have to tell them what they think. Yeah. Okay. So some of them are not in the U.S. They're not here. They're overseas, so you can't get to them. But you're global. Your crime's global, so it's not, I mean, they know about it from that. But we didn't tell them, you did. You made it global, right? So what I've asked you to do is leave me the fuck alone. I'm not to be broke anymore. I'm not to have any contracts interfered with anymore. And when you do, then you made a choice for us to get this and find out things like you have Huntington's disease. Okay? I've already said this. I've said it over and 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 over. So there's your shovel. Dig away.